Hi, we are here with...
Walter Jones, also known as Zack the Black Ranger.
So what is Zack the Black Ranger doing now?
Well, Zack the Black Ranger is not doing anything, but Walter Jones, the actor, is doing a number of things. I do a lot of voiceover work and different commercials and television work. I was recurring on The Shield for first, second season of that show. I got a film coming out called Speed Demons, and I just became a honorary African chief in the country of Nigeria.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. I went to go visit with the king and celebrate his 40th year of being on the throne. And while I was there with Marlon Jackson and Tito Jackson from the Jackson family, the first family in music in America. And we went down there and celebrated with the king, and we were made honorary chiefs.
So how would you get the honorary chief things and the invite for it?
Sorry?
How did you get the invite and stuff like that?
You know what? I've been doing some work there in Nigeria already, and we were just invited to come down as a special guest to meet with the king and the governor of the country.
So were you kind of nervous when you met these people? Or were you like,
not
this
nervous,
is awesome?
But I was amazed. I mean, for me, it's a huge honor to be in the company of an African king, African royalty. I mean, being a person, an African American who doesn't really know its heritage, but knows that somewhere along the line I came from Africa.
And the fact that your character had a lot of influence to do with it too, like from the Power Rangers, would you say? For recognition?
Recognition, definitely. I mean, that and probably more than anything else, Rangers. But
so do you miss being the Rangers?
I do miss being a Ranger a bit. It's it was a time that came and went, so it'll never be the same. But I enjoyed the work that I did on the show.
Did you expect it to be as big an influence on culture that you expected, pop culture, and still being here today?
I didn't expect it to be what it became. I think after it reached the pinnacle of the success that it did, that I knew that it would be something that would be long.
That is going to be passed on from father to son type TV show like Ultraman now?
Yeah, it was an earmark of a decade, so that's a pretty amazing thing.
So do you think it's going to be passed on for the next 20, 30 years, the originals?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm honored that it's lasted as long as it has, or it's had the appeal for as long as it's had. But we'll see.
Going back to what you said, voice work, what kind of voice work have you done in cartoons?
Cartoons. I did some work in Red Dead Redemption, and did some work in the Chipmunk movie, and I do like voiceover for commercials and movies and television stuff too.
You ever worked with any of the other voice actors from that did Power Rangers?
I've worked with Tony Oliver and Scott Page, and they were behind the scenes a lot, and a few of the other artists as well. Yeah.
You ever worked with Robert Axelrod?
I never worked with Robert.
Other than as Lord Zed?
Yeah, except for as Lord Zed. That was the only other time.
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering, because I know he does a lot of voice work.
He does a lot, yeah.
And I was really impressed with the slew of characters I didn't know he did in cartoons when I interviewed him.
Yeah.
So is this the original helmet before we sign off?
This is not the original helmet, it is a replica.
Ah. So where's the original helmets today and costumes?
I believe that they're probably with Saban.
Uh-huh. Oh, you mean Disney?
Disney, yeah.
So, if you had a chance to go back to Power Rangers, would you do it again?
Only if it was a union show.
A union show?
Yes, meaning it would be, there's union shows and non-union shows. The Screen Actors Guild is the professional union for actors. And I've been a member of that union for 14, 15 years.
And they're not a union?
No.
That's a little trade secret then.
Kind of sweet, yeah.
So let's say any words of advice for someone who wants to try out for one of the future Power Ranger shows? As an actor, what would you say for them to do?
Be well-rounded. You need to be an actor, martial artist, gymnast, and whatever skills you can bring to it.
The more skills you bring, the better?
The better. The more you can bring to it, the more opportunity you have.
It's like being on Survivor.
Practically.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.